Let's now think about another source of data feeding into Google, Facebook, Twitter and other algorithms. So, in addition to first-party data collected on their own platforms, companies like Google also acquire data from third-party providers. The significant push towards first-party data, driven by GDPR regulations, will only increase the demand for third-party data. It really is a simple demand and supply situation. Google needs significantly more data to make up for the loss of third-party cookies, hence it needs to buy more data. This encourages third-party data resellers to become more aggressive towards collecting your data. As an example, pay attention to the next webinar you may attend to. Is there a box asking for confirmation that you're okay with your data being shared with the organizer's partners? If yes, then think about it this way. The company providing the webinar has just collected first-party data in agreement with GDPR regulations. Now it can share it with its partners, whether Google, Facebook, Amazon, ZoomInfo, Apollo or others. Let's take the conversation a bit further and consider some of the stats provided by Statista. Statista shows that the number of wearable devices reached 1 billion in 2022. These devices generate personal data about the owner's fitness, sports activity, weight, body mass index, lean max, body fat percentage, steps taken, floors cleaned, the distance you walked or ran, calorie intake, calories burned, active minutes a day, and sleep patterns. In another study, TechJury estimates that the number of connected devices like Nest was 13.1 billion by the end of 2022. Most importantly, they estimate that the number will reach 75.44 billion worldwide by 2025. Interestingly, the same study refers to research by Deloitte to conclude that as of 2022, the average number of connected IoT devices is 22 per household. Yes, you heard me right, that's 22 connected devices on average in every single house. Just imagine how much data you generate and feed into this algorithm. Bernard Marr provides us with some further interesting examples. Smart TVs count the number of people watching TV. The now defunct Up band, created by Jobon, collected 60 years worth of sleep data every night, which was then sold to third parties. Another interesting example was provided by Alec Ross in his book Industries of the Future. Mobile app Good to Go was being marketed as an educational app for sexual consent. It was enabling couples to consent to sexual activity prior to the actual act. However, what couples were not aware of was that the company formulated its privacy policy in a way that allowed them to sell data such as who they had sex with and at what time. Of course, they could choose not to do so, but the point is that their policy clearly stated at the time that the company, I quote, may not be able to control how your personal information is treated, transferred or used. Now, probably the biggest third-party provider of data a few years back was a company called Axiom. The company claimed to hold data on all but a small percentage of US households. Axiom collected data from credit agencies about most US citizens. It also collected historical and current data on where they lived, how many children were in their family, what magazines they subscribed to, public and social media activity, public records such as electoral rolls, marriage and birth certificates, surveys completed, and much more. I think we can agree that that's quite a bit of data, particularly when you consider that credit rating agencies like Experian hold over 30 petabytes of information about people's credit history, age, location, and income status. Not to mention that over 282 other credit rating attributes were measured to help financial companies in fraud detection. Other examples of data sources provided by Alec Ross include the now defunct InBloom database, which was sharing confidential student records with marketers, companies selling lists of families with illnesses like AIDS or gonorrhea, lists of rape victims, and many more. Look, in the end, it would be impossible for any of us to identify every single source of third-party data. However, this conversation should provide a much better understanding of the massive amount of data that goes into algorithms like Google's, Facebook's, or Amazon's. It also debunks the silly myth of 200 Google ranking factors. This data will continue to improve the performance of algorithms in their race for AI dominance. In the next session, we will sum up our conversation on big data. Meanwhile, thank you for watching, and I will see you soon.